I think the idea of being a full-time eBay reseller is an awful idea. And this is coming from somebody that's been an eBay seller for the last 6 years, selling on the platform every single day. You see, when I'm speaking to beginner eBay sellers, what I'm not hearing is things like, geez, I can't wait to have a warehouse. I'm looking forward to managing a bunch of staff, and I can't wait to have thousands of items in my inventory list. You see, what I'm actually hearing is more things like, geez, I can't wait to have an extra income. I'd love to have a little bit less financial stress and maybe a little bit of breathing room financially. See, I believe that you can get all of that when you treat eBay as a side hustle and not a full-time job. So in this video today, I'm going to show you exactly those reasons why. I'm going to show why I don't believe being a full-time eBay reseller is the answer, and why you should lean into the goals of becoming a part-time seller on the eBay platform. So the first reason why I don't believe that you should ever be a full-time eBay reseller is that the revenue that is required for you to be able to get the income that you need on a full-time basis, it's so much bigger than you think. And if I could break this down, I jumped on the internet to have a look at what an average income was worth for a single occupant here in Australia, and it was $78,000 a year. Now, maybe you need more than that, maybe you need less than that to survive, but for this example, let's just work off $78,000. I'm working off a profit margin of 20%. So that means for every dollar that I sell on eBay, I'm gonna get 20 cents back worth of profit. And that is very standard when you've got a lot of expenses that do come out of it. Take out fees, postage, cost of goods, supplies, all of your subscriptions to help run the business. You're going to have all of your warehouse or storage unit costs, plus any staff that are helping you out as well to get the job done, because at this point you are doing it more at volume and you are going to need a helping hand to get the job done in some way, shape or form. The numbers that you're going to need off that 20% profit margin, once all those fees are taken out, $390,000 in annual revenue is what you're going to need to generate to be able to net $78,000 in true profit. Now that's a pretty damn big number. It's a number that a lot of people wouldn't assume that they would need if they wanted to do eBay as a full-time job. But it is the reality, and there is a lot of work that goes into it to grow up to that point where you can sustain yourself on just an eBay income. Let's break that down per product. How many products would you need to sell? So let's work on a $50 average sale price. You would need to sell 7,800 products every single year, and that broken out on a monthly basis would be 650 items, and that would be 21 products that you would need to sell every single day. So you would need to do just over $1,000 in sales every single day to hit your annual income goal of $78,000 for yourself. So that includes Christmas Day, that includes Saturday and Sunday, that includes sick days. Every single day, no matter what, you have to be doing over $1,000 worth of sales on the eBay platform. And I just don't think people are aware of the work that's required to get to those lofty goals. And the work that is required, to me, doesn't balance out to be worth the $78,000 that you would even get out of it. You're often having to work way more hours than you ever would in a 9-to-5 job, often well surpassing 40 hours per week. And at the end of the day, these numbers that we're working towards is just the average Australian income of $78,000. So to me, it just sounds like we're working really, really hard for what is otherwise just the average Australian household income. The second reason why I don't love the idea of being full-time is that you are never able to switch off. Look, we do this personally here in a 5x3 single car garage. Myself and my partner Kate, we chip away at this for 25 hours per week. And we generate $120,000 a year in revenue. That nets us a 40% profit margin, and we're making ourselves almost $1,000 every single week. So for us, that isn't paying our bills, and we have other streams of income that is allowing us to pay our bills and make this thing a full-time job. But if you were solely reliant on getting the eBay numbers to a point where it was a full-time income, you would literally not be able to switch off at all. You would be on the hamster wheel of needing to list up new product every single day, have an insanely large draft bank just to ensure that that day was never missed. And things like your kid's birthday party weekend or your holiday away at the end of the year, just having a simple weekend off. What we said before, you need that $1,000 every single day coming in to generate $78,000. And unfortunately, that does put you on a guaranteed hamster wheel to have to keep the sales rolling in on a consistent basis. Because the second you stop on eBay is the second the sales, unfortunately, just also turn off on the eBay platform. That is wildly stressful. Wildly stressful, creates a lot of burnout, and allows people to ultimately give in on the idea of ever this being a full-time thing because the stress is just too significant. The third reason is you're kind of building a really tough job for yourself. And unfortunately, the job is really extensive. It's a job that you would never want to look at as a job description and apply for. but that is what we fall into when we start an eBay business. There are so many different hats that you have to lean on when you're an eBay seller. You've got all the different administration tasks that you need to manage. You're out there sourcing, so you're going to be going and doing that. So you're the buyer, the photographer, you're the lister, you're the customer service rep, you're the warehouse manager, you're the bookkeeper, and you're the picker and the packer when an item goes on to sell. In another organization, they would have literally 7 different people facilitating those 7 roles, and they would be able to scale their business off the back of having a number of staff in their team. Now, when we're bootstrapping an eBay business, we have no other opportunity than to just simply do it all ourselves. And that, like I said before, draws burnout to kick in really, really quickly. So you're not actually building a business. That's the frustrating part about this. You're kind of just building a really difficult job that you're going to have to try and suffer through for a very long time. The fourth reason is that the sourcing treadmill never ends. And if I can paint this as an example, say you're a plumber and you have a plumbing business for yourself. You've built this, you've set it up, and you're advertising and trying to get clients or customers to come in for your plumbing services. And your only issue is acquisition. You're just trying to get customers to buy your service. But here with eBay, what we often do is we start out as a side hustle and we go out to sourcing locations, thrift stores, flea markets, and garage sales. And we are buying these great products, but we're doing it on one-off basis. So we're getting it in, we're sitting it down, listing it, and then having it go and ship off. And it's not a replenishable product. So we can't just simply jack up the numbers of how many items we have of that product. We need to go out and find it again. And that is a very, very limiting exercise when you're trying to scale up something like an eBay business. So what a lot of eBay sellers will do when they're trying to pivot to full time is they'll lean on other consistent avenues of sourcing stock. This might be through wholesale, or it might even be through areas like consignment. And this has a much more consistent flow of stock coming in, and it kind of gets you off the treadmill a little bit. But the treadmill does still hurt you because you are still needing to go out and find those wholesale deals, and you are also trying to find those consignment deals. So the issue with all of this is once you do get into this other avenue, we were speaking about profit margin before, working off about 20%. Well, when you lean into this consignment or wholesale approach, the profit margins can get a little bit tighter, especially with wholesale. If you're buying something and naturally getting a 40-50% profit margin out at a thrift store, you can expect a whole lot less than that when you do wholesale. Margins get a whole lot tighter, and if this becomes your business model, well, your profit margin at 20% is almost threatened, and you could expect it to be anywhere between 10 to 15%. If that's the case, then you've got to sell upwards of $500,000 a year to be able to make that $78,000 that we spoke about. So it's a much trickier model in a sourcing front. That treadmill, that sourcing treadmill, it's always running. The fifth reason, though, is arguably the biggest reason why I don't love the idea of putting all of your eggs in one basket and being a full-time eBay seller, and that is that you are at the hands of an algorithm. eBay literally is just an algorithm. It's a computer model that can change in the click of a button. It can be literally one day, it could be great, the next day it could be awful. We experienced this only a couple of months ago when eBay changed all of their subscriptions. And on doing that on their back end, they had to do a lot of testing. And that was every single seller on the eBay Australia platform that was negatively affected in some way. They were thrown around. It wasn't the equilibrium that it used to be. And this is because they were doing a bunch of testing. We, as sellers, were at no control. We had no say in what was going on with that algorithm. And some sellers were getting great sales, some sellers were getting terrible sales, and we were just totally out of control. Now, if I'm working in a 9-to-5 secured income, I know that I've got that guaranteed paycheck. But when I go and step out and work for myself, I lose that opportunity to guarantee myself an income. It's not guaranteed. As much as I like to think it is based on our output of listing new items up every single day, this algorithm that we're working with could change in the blink of an eye at the drop of a hat. And then all of our sole income that we are focused on from this one single platform can be taken away from us in an instant. So that is a very, very dangerous game to play. And I personally have realized that years ago. And I've looked at other avenues of income that I can produce for myself so that if eBay does drop out and completely bust, well, I've got another set of streams of income that I can lean on, and this could still be a full-time thing. So you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket, and I think relying on an algorithm to serve all of your income is a very dangerous thing. So ultimately, I just don't think the dream of being a full-time eBay reseller is kind of connected to what the realities of being a full-time eBay reseller is for many people. And I think having just sat in the role for the last 6 years, having done it at least to a part-time level, I kind of made the decision to never increase my workflow to turn it into a full-time job, probably after about 12 months. It was the realization of doing this for 12 months and going, you know what, the full-time reseller thing for me just doesn't seem like it's ever going to be able to scale past even getting it to a point of being a full-time income at 78K. And I deal with a lot of beginner eBay sellers, and I help them get to their first $3,000 worth of revenue. I teach it as a side hustle. My YouTube channel itself has always taught it as just being a side hustle income that can make extra income for yourself. And I think that needs to be the new goal. When I'm speaking to these beginner eBay sellers, they think I've just started and I can't wait to do it full time. And I really kind of cringe a little bit because they have no concept of the last 10 to 15 minutes that we've just spoken about. But what I would love them to do is to say to themselves, I would love this to be a $5,000 a year income. Or I'd love to be able to generate $10,000 or even $12,000, $1,000 a month. What would an extra $250 a week do for me on top of my 9-to-5 job? Because this is where eBay unlocks. This is where eBay becomes an amazing platform to sell on and build yourself an income stream that is sustainable, no stress, no pressure, and gets you that little bit of financial freedom that you're looking for, that little bit of an extra financial relief that can help pay a couple of additional bills for you. So the first reason why I love it as a side hustle is that you get to keep your safety net. And that is your 9-to-5 job. If you're working $78,000 a year worth of a full-time income, say you're a nurse, and you would love to do eBay as a bit of a side hustle that could make you an extra $1,000 a month, that would be a $90,000 a year income suddenly with that extra $12,000 a year. The beauty of having the safety net of a full-time job is that you've got all of that income coming in on a consistent basis that you can put towards the build and the creation of your eBay side hustle. Not having to stress about finances where you're just leaning into eBay as a full-time job from day one, that would be very hard to maintain the cash flow. But when you've got that 9-to-5 job to be able to lean on, you can take a chunk of that paycheck, put it into some great product, have that product make you money, and then scale it from there. So there's a whole lot less stress when you have the safety net of doing this alongside a 9-to-5 job. The second reason is that the financial stress that you're under potentially right now, wanting to get into doing something like an eBay business, the relief that you can get from an eBay side hustle is still very much worthwhile at a part-time side hustle level. I do $400 every single day on my eBay store, and that gets me the $120,000 and the $40,000, $50,000 a year worth of profit. It makes me an extra $1,000 every single week. Now, even if you did a quarter of that, you could be doing literally $3,000 a month in revenue, generating $1,000 a month in profit, which is about $250 a week. An extra $250 a week could pay for so much. You know, over the course of a year, that's $12,000. That could go towards rent over the course of a year. That could go towards bills that you've got coming up. If you were to say to yourself, I have a certain bill that I'm trying to take care of here. It might be $500, it could be $200. If you're working and attacking towards growing your eBay business just to pay off that one bill, how much stress relief would that be for you over the course of a year to know that that bill is totally taken care of because of your eBay side hustle? And the hours you need to contribute towards it to get that bill covered off might only be 5 to 10 hours a week, doing it at a very part-time level. I think having very much smaller, achievable and attainable goals is a much better approach, at least initially, to starting out an eBay business. From there, as you grow and you scale, you can start to pay off bigger bills and you can start to pay off larger goals that you're trying to aim towards. But in these very early stages, just how much relief would just having one bill taken care of be for you, which can ultimately be achieved within your first couple of months. The third reason is the one that I've really leaned into over the last couple of years, and that is you can be more selective with the stock that you purchase. Let's say you're trying to generate $390,000 a year in revenue, doing this as a full-time job. You would make a lot of bad buys in the necessity of just having stock on hand to be able to list up and sell. But when you do this as a casual part-time job and you've only got a couple of hours a week, you can be really, really strict on saying to yourself, no, I'm only sticking to the best quality product only. And the good news is when you do that, those best quality product onlys actually sell for more money typically on eBay, and they also sell faster. We speak to high average sale price all the time on this channel, and it's for good reason. The data shows that if you just said no to everything else because you're working a 9-to-5 job and you've got a busy life, and you said, I'm only going to work on the big ticket stuff or the $100 plus stuff that's going to net me a really significant amount of profit, well, you could get to that goal of knocking over that $150, $250 bill every single month really, really quickly with just a couple of sales. So the ability to scale it up into a nice sizable part-time income is very much possible because you've got the opportunity to be selective on the stock that you buy. The next reason, number 4, for why I love it as a part-time side hustle is you get the time to treat it as what it is, just an educational experience. You know, when you're first starting out, I get a lot of people that say to me, man, I'm so frustrated that I haven't been able to get to the results that I wanted to. They had just such bigger expectations than they should have ever needed to. Because when you're going into something like building an eBay side hustle for yourself, you're starting a business and you're coming into this having never been in the space of e-commerce before. Typically, that's what most people are. They've never had the experience of doing this before. So you're in a learning window, and that learning window can be upwards of 12 months just trying to figure it out. And any income that you generate in those first 12 months are just huge wins. When you try to do this as a full-time income, it takes years to get to a point where you can even then start to grow it. Yet all of us go into selling on eBay thinking this could be a literal couple of months turnaround before I'm doing it as a full-time job. And unfortunately, that is just not the case. So having this only be a 10 to 15 to 20 hour per week exercise at most gives you the flexibility and freedom to be able to learn, because the pressure's off. It doesn't need to build a full-time income for you. It can only be just a couple of $1,000s every single week. And that, when you're only working a few hours a week, is a whole lot less daunting to have to think about than actually getting it to a full-time level. So I think for me, if I was first starting out selling on eBay, I would do exactly that. I would only spend 10 to 15 hours per week on my eBay business, and I'd just get really product curious. I think that's the biggest thing. Product and price, selling on eBay is the only thing that matters. And like I said before, you can spend a lot of time just going out there and just honing in on the best quality products only and just buying those. Now, if you don't have a lot of money, if you're starting on a budget, or if you're leaning in off your 9 to 5 income, just use that money to buy items that are going to 3x. So if you're spending $50 on a product, have it make sure that it goes on to sell for $150 on eBay, because that will mean that you could make yourself $50 in profit. You do that 10 times, you've made yourself $500 in profit. And trust me, getting 10 sales that make you $50 in profit, it doesn't actually take a very long time to be able to do that, and suddenly you've made an extra $500 for yourself. So I wouldn't actually lean in on too many other places outside of flea markets and garage sales. Facebook Marketplace would be the third option. I think rotating those 3 areas, I have noticed that here in Australia, typically, our thrift stores are awful. And I actually don't think you should be spending any time looking for products in thrift stores. This world has got really difficult to go in there and try and find profit. And often what happens is you're buying cheap stock at $2, $3, $4, $5, and you're only selling it for $20 or $30. These aren't desirable products. They're not the quality products that we just previously spoke of. And the grind of selling on eBay becomes more and more because you're having to buy more items to make the same amount of profit as though you were to buy that 50 into 150 that we spoke of earlier. So don't go out into the thrift stores. That's my big key point. Flea markets are great, garage sales are great, Facebook Marketplace, deliberately seeking out winning products is fantastic as well. If you are currently selling on the eBay platform, I'd love to know what your goals are for the platform. Are you trying to get this to be a full-time income? Were you trying to previously before you watched this video and now maybe you think otherwise? What is the ultimate goal for you being here on the eBay platform? That is what I would be incredibly curious to know about. I have a guide, a 90-day roadmap that can kick off your eBay journey if you're not yet starting on eBay. I'm gonna link that for you right here, and that would be a great roadmap to get started and make your first $3,000 in 90 days to kick off what I believe is the best way to sell on eBay, treating it like a side hustle. If you missed this video right here, guys, this is a bunch of products, $100 plus products that I think are prime for you to be selling on eBay to make this a successful side hustle. So I'll see you over there for that one, guys. Appreciate you tuning into this one.